All right. Hey, too, I'm Lucky, and today is Thursday, so it's time to cover another big Twab. Bungie actually illustrates all of the future artifact mods that we're going to have, anti-champion and everything for next season. So it's actually a really exciting, really interesting Twab. So let's go ahead and jump right in here. First thing they do is give us a little recap of Arc 3.0, and they go over basically a lot of the stuff they've already covered in that previous article and a previous video that I covered. So make sure to go check that one out if you haven't yet. In regards to the changes to terminology. You've got blind and what that does, jolt, and how that works inside next season after the Arc 3.0 vamp. And one thing that they did mention is that you'll be fighting the darkness and other things. Interesting. What are the other things that we'll be fighting there? And then they said also you might want to break the Thunderlord out of the vault too while you're at it. So kind of hinting at some things being especially good starting next season, or maybe perhaps overtuned, and they'll have to bring those things down like we've seen historically. But I'm not going to go too much in detail of that stuff because I covered a lot of that in the previous video. Instead, we're going to go over this artifact mod stuff they have here. They have an entire chain of stuff right here, and it's really interesting. So let's go ahead and just focus on this. We've got Overload Bows will be one of the anti-champion mods. We've got Scout Rifle Loader. We've got Glaive Loader Arms. And then we'll have Overload LMG. So uninterrupted fire from equipped machine guns will stun enemies with a beam that delays energy regeneration and reduces enemy damage output. Strong against Overload champions. So the Thunderlord will have Overload intrinsically, but you can also equip this and you can have it on any of your machine guns, Legendary, or any of the other exotic ones that don't have intrinsic Overload. So that'll be pretty cool. Should be really, really effective for fighting overloads, which are probably some of the hardest champion types to fight, in my opinion. It's definitely between overload or barrier. Let me know in the comments below which one you have a harder time fighting. Um, and then we've got Thunderous Retort, which is Arc Supers do more damage when cast while in critical condition or while amplified. So that's going to be extremely strong. I can imagine Titan Missile being really, really good for this, especially you can get amplified probably a lot easier than getting put in critical condition. We have had a similar mod in the past where you were put in critical condition and you did more damage, and people are using that with Titan Missile. So this one is now a little bit of a variation of that, but it has to be Arc. So I imagine that's going to be really, really good. That's going to be one of the artifact mods you're going to want to unlock, ideally before the new raid, if possible. Especially if you save up bounties and stuff, which we shall see what happens with all of that business. Then next up on the next column, or next row rather, I don't know the difference. Unstoppable pulse rifles, okay. Sword ammo scavenger, got it. And then we've got focusing strike arms, causing damage with a melee ability grants class ability energy, got it. And then anti-barrier snipers, pretty dope. We've had that before in the past. I'm excited to see that back in the game. Hype Train Conductor class plus 2 seconds amplified timer stacks. So there you go. You can add that up. So you can increase the amplified timer. I can imagine you could probably create some synergy between that and that. Next up, we've got anti-barrier scout rifles. That'll be pretty dope. Another excellent counter to those barrier champions. Then we've got machine gun holster legs, gradually reload stowed machine guns over time. We've got combo plus arc solar resist. That will be a huge one. Of course, you'll want to unlock that and put that on your chest. And then we've got bad amplitude class. Damaging a champion with an arc ability causes the champion to become jolted. Okay. And then we've got trace evidence class. Precision hits on arc debuff targets will generate ionic traces. So that will be pretty cool for some builds there. You should be able to get your abilities back at a really high rate with stuff like that. We've got anti-barrier auto rifles. And then scout and sniper targeting for our head. And then we've got machine gun ammo scavenger for the legs. And then we've got surge detonators here. And lightning strikes twice for a class ability. And then we've got unstoppable shotguns. That'll be extremely strong. Unstoppable shotguns was really, really good before. If I remember correctly, people were using like tractor with that. Let me know which unstoppable shotgun you're going to rock. I imagine Philo. Wow, first and last out would probably be really good. It's also going to be arc. Let's keep that in mind. Bottomless Bounty 1 head improves 2 origin perks. And the Bottomless Bounty 2 improves 2 origin perks. And then we have Inferno Whip is back. And then Sundering Glare, which was like precision hits, debuff enemies. So pretty exciting artifact mods here. And bounty hoarding will probably benefit a lot of people to getting to this last column before the new raid. So I would recommend that. Unfortunately, it's an unfortunate byproduct of bounties inside the game. But let me know your thoughts about the mods. Which ones are you most excited for? What sort of builds are you already planning and mapping out in your head, given all this information? And then we have a calendar of events. We don't have a calendar like before, but we have a loose calendar, which is the raid launch is set for August 22nd, or August 26th, rather. And then we've got Iron Banner arrives on September 6th and November 15th. So it looks like they're doing the same thing where Iron Banner is only for 2 weeks. And both weeks of Iron Banner is the new Eruption mode. So Iron Banner definitely only getting 2 weeks out of the season is Rip Iron Banner. I feel like Iron Banner should be there for at least 3 weeks, but whatever. Trials of Cyrus brings back the Lighthouse on September 13th, and Grandmaster Nightfall's return on October 4th. Okay, and last but not least, the Festival of the Lost makes everything haunted on October 18th. So there you have it. We've got 5 more sleeps, and then you're going to have the August 23rd big reveal, and you should show up and you should watch that, because if you do show up, you can actually get a Twitch drop for doing that. You can get this emblem as long as you link your Bungie.net profile to your Twitch account, and you watch for 30 minutes, apparently. You have to watch for 30 minutes. You'll get this awesome emblem. So that's really dope. They're trying to incentivize everyone to watch the stream. So that's pretty cool. And then they talk about a community manager they have from Germany. We'll skip past that part. And player support report. A few different bugs in the game and all of that. Known issues. We got the movie of the week, the artist of the week, and that's a wrap on all of that stuff. So let me know your thoughts on this week's TWAB. And make sure to subscribe if you want to stay up to date on all the news in Destiny 2. Smash the like button. See you in the next one. Later.